All right, welcome back. As you can see, I'm now fruiting. It's kind of a makeshift setup. I ended up using the ultrasonic humidifier in a less than optimal setup, and I'll go through everything. But first, I wanted to share some bad news. My little brother James, he just died of cancer earlier this week, and I'm going to be heading home tomorrow to go to his funeral. And yeah, he was 26 years old. Found out about a year and a half ago that he had cancer, and he lost his battle. So yeah, if you'd like to support, he didn't have life insurance, so if you would like to support to help cover the costs for my parents and everybody to cover the funeral processions, check out the link below. I'll put the Gofundme for that. But back to the grow. So I know you guys came here to check out the operation. It's been hard because I've been trying to visit him. I went and visited him a little bit earlier than I was supposed to when the grow was supposed to be up and running. So I kind of put this all on the back burner. But now that I'm back for these couple days, I got it up and running. We did a temporary setup. I used the ultrasonic humidifier. I had to build a new tote. I had to build a new tote because the other tote got cracked. I'm using the House of Hydro 12 disc, and you can see it pumps out a good amount of humidity. And then I'm using the House of Hydro 12 volt fan, and I put on a little spacer there so that the moisture doesn't get on the backside of the fan. These fans are apparently very, very sturdy, so houseofhydro.com, check them out. Pretty sure I have a promo code Myers Mushrooms. If not, I'll get one soon. And they have the ultrasonic discs. Then those are good for circulation or a small exhaust fan if you have a small setup. And they come with a dimmer controller, and they're 12 volts, so you're not going to electrocute yourself. So that's the humidification for now. It's going to get misters on these fans, okay? So the primary setup is going to be the air is coming in up here. That's the cold air coming in from the preconditioning room. And then it gets blown behind this fan. I actually had to put a little elbow on there, blowing it into that fan. So that fan is doing two purposes. It is blending the makeup air, and then it's also going to have the misters attached to the front of it. I'm going to have 2 or 3 misters attached to that one. I think I might even attach a mister on this end too, if I need to, just to kind of even it out, the humidity throughout the grow room. But as you can see, we are fruiting. We put these in last week. They're doing pretty good. I already harvested, I don't know, 5 pounds probably. I had some of the black pearls that I harvested, and they were 2.3 pounds on 2 blocks. And these gray oysters are coming. These are Lambert 123. They're coming in right now. They should be done in the next probably day or two, probably day. As you can see, my exhaust is kind of ghetto rigged too. Right now we're working on finishing it up. It's going to get framed out with the insulation and then metal on the inside. This is a exhaust fan from Greenhouse Megastore, but it doesn't dim low enough with the dimmer that I have. So I ordered another dimmer set. I'm going to try it. The dimmer that came from Greenhouse Megastore, it only goes to maybe half speed. The one that I have, like the Ventec dimmer, the one that has the plug and play that comes with those Ventec fans, I tried that one out and it worked much better. So not saying that I'm going to use those ones, but I'm trying to find one that dims to a lower speed. And yeah, so as you can see for the lighting, I have half of it installed. I got that side done, and then I realized that I lost a bracket, so I didn't do the other side yet. But these are, I'll put a link below for them. They're vapor proof, and they have the little gland nut fittings. I don't know if you can see them, little gland nut fittings in there that you can daisy chain them and wire them all up. So these are 70 watt, I think they're like 400 watt equivalents or something like that. They're pretty darn bright. It's already pretty bright in here, but I definitely want to get rid of some of the shadowing on the backside over there, mainly for inspection purposes and from where we're in here working and cleaning. And as the room fills up, it's going to get darker just because the bags are going to absorb the light. I'll give you a quick tour of the upstairs too while I'm at it. Ignore the mess. So if you guys aren't familiar, I am building the upstairs to be a classroom eventually, but that'll probably happen when I get back from my deployment. It'll be like a 12 foot by 20 foot classroom with air conditioning and all that stuff. Preconditioning room, that's where the air comes in from outside, gets air conditioned, and then it is blown. I have a Ventec fan in there. I'll show you guys real quick. I got a Ventec fan in there. It's actually not a, oh crap, this is stuck. Oh no. We just glued the seal on, and apparently the seal is stuck. Great. Okay, I'll come back to that later. I need a pry bar. We just put weather stripping on it, and apparently the weather strip is a little tacky, a lot of tacky. So this is the misting setup. It's not done yet. I'm gonna put it in a drip pan, so that way if something leaks, I'll have a drain. It'll be like a pan, like what you put a hot water heater in, and then it'll have a large drain. It'll have a large drain that's gonna run down into the fruiting room. So if we ever see like that pipe trickling, we know to come up here and investigate. I'd rather that happen than it just flood all over the floor, which would damage the incubation below it, which is just sheetrock and insulation. So as you can see, we're doing CPVC. I have a shutoff here so I can service the filter. That's just a particulate filter. And then I put a adapter there with a shutoff for to go to a braided hose. This is a cat pump. I got it from Clean Right, something like that. I'll put the link below. This is the main reason why I went with this and not like an Aero Mist or anything like that. These are Aero Mist components, like these hoses and the nozzles that I'm going to be using. But the reason why I went with this pump is really, really tiny. It's 1,000 psi, but it's only rated up to 0.13 gallons per minute, which is one of the lowest flow misters that I could find. So that allows me to run longer cycles in a small room, relatively small room, and I can only run maybe 2 or 3 or maybe 4 at the most nozzles. But that's what I want because I only have 250 square feet. In my experience, like 4 nozzles will fog out a room of about this size in a matter of seconds. So I don't want too much humidity. This is much lower flow than the smallest Aero Mist or anything else like that I can find. I think the smallest they have is like 0.33 gallons per minute. Some things that I did, so the pump is just the motor with the pump, and that's it. I added this I added a pressure switch, so that way if there's no incoming line pressure, it won't let the motor run. So I'm going to run that in line with the black line, with the hot line. So it'll come from the control, from the cycles controller through that and then to the motor. And that's just a safety protect so it doesn't run dry. And then I also had to add on the elbow, the T, a pressure gauge so I could see what's going on. And then I didn't realize about this until I opened up the manual, but it is a, hang on one second. It's called oh man, where is it? Hang on. Yeah, it's called a pulse hose. So you have to have a pulse hose in order for, especially in a small system like this where there's no like accumulators or anything like that. This is a single piston pump, I'm pretty sure. So every pump is going to have a surge in pressure, and that's what this thing is for. It kind of stabilizes. It's basically an accumulator, and it's sort of a cheap accumulator. From what I understand, the rubber is designed to kind of expand a little bit, and I'm sure the way that they tell you to install it, it seems like they want you to have some air in there so that way the air also gets compressed. Water cannot be compressed, so therefore if you have an all-water system, you're going to have a spike of pressure every time, and then it is not going to be able to store that pressure between pumps. So this makes it to where the pressure at the nozzles will be more consistent. So yeah, that's the setup up here, and then that's pretty much it. We still have to run the water. We have to finish running the water. The water is going to run into the fruiting room right over here in the corner, and that'll be for hosing down. And then that finishes it. We still got to build a door. We still got to build all the doors, actually. All the doors need to be built for the whole setup, and I think I'm going to be doing barn doors, not sure yet. At first I was going to do hinged doors, but a lot of the doors are so big, and the way that they would hinge would just take up the whole hallway. So I'm going to try to find some cheap barn door, easy to install rails and do that up. So yeah, that's it for today. I'll be showing you guys the whole grow. It's in full operation right now, as you can see. I'll be doing like a step-by-step of the whole operation pretty soon. But I just wanted to shoot this video. I wanted to let you guys to know about my brother, and if you want to support, please do on Gofundme.com. So yeah, check out the link below. He was a great dude, and he died really young, and it's really sad to see him go. But he's in a better place now because he was in a lot of pain. So thank you for your support. Thank you for checking out my videos, and take it easy. Keep on mushrooming.